start to cultivate the soft sound in the back of your throat. You should already feel your internal core, the internal heat that your breath will start to give, and also keep you present. Notice if you can surrender more and more with every exhalation. Let it go. Find some peace before we start to ignite the fire. On your next inhalation, bring your feet flat to your mat. And draw your knees into your chest as you wrap your hands around your shins. And just give yourself a big squeeze. And remember this squeeze now, and then the squeeze that you'll give yourself after your practice. You can do some circles, whatever feels good. So we're going to begin with core. Great way to sync your movement and breath. As you extend your legs straight up, bring your palms, hands on your head, and rest your head heavy in your hands. Lift your shoulders off the floor. As you lower your right leg down on your inhale, engage all 10 toes. Inhale, lift your right leg back up. Exhale here. Inhale, lower your left leg down. Press the back, your lower back into your mat. Feel the connection. If you need to modify, soften your knees. That will help. Exhale, take your left leg back up. Inhale, both legs down. Soften your knees. Tap your heels to the floor. If they won't go all the way down with your back flat, don't go down as far. Exhale, draw your legs back up. Your option is to keep your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, or you can lay your head, neck, and shoulders down, depending on how it feels in your body. But this is a really amazing time for you to connect. Energy to connect breath and movement. The inhale will take you down, pause, and the exhale brings you back up. Draw your navel deep into your spine, almost as if you're trying to press your navel into your mat. Keep the consistent sound in the back of your throat. Toes are spread to ignite feet. So you feel the legs start to tone, and you feel the connection of your legs and your core. You want a little more, you can easily lift your shoulders off the mat more. Just make sure you press your head heavy into your hands. Take your right leg straight up and your left leg straight out. Exhale, tap your right foot to your left quad if you can reach it. Otherwise, tap it to your shin. And inhale, lengthen both legs. Right leg up, left leg up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap. Inhale. So you have the breath down, and now it's your focus to move with your breath. You do not have to stay with me, but really try to pause at the bottom, at the top of each breath. That will help intensify the movement, slow you down, and get what you need. Switch the legs so the left leg comes up, the right leg comes out. Exhale, tap your left foot to your quad. If you can't reach your quad, you can take your shin, you can tap your toe. Come back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And keep going. Everybody should start to feel their center. It's a constant spread of the toes. It'll be cued throughout the practice to help the energy, again, to tone your legs. Keep your navel hugged in, super important with every single breath. That's the challenging part. Both legs come up. Lay your head, neck, and shoulder down. Give yourself a little break with the head, neck, and shoulder. Take your hands to the floor right next to your hips. Soften your knees. Lower back stays on the ground. Lower your legs only as far as you can with your lower back down. If this is it, that's great. If you can go further and your back does not arch on the ground, great. If it doesn't, move them back up. And exhale, take your legs back up. So we'll just do a couple, 10 or so of these. Double leg extensions. And you always have the choice to take your head, neck, and shoulders back off the ground. Good. Last 5. All right, I think you should all be feeling something pretty good right now. Last 3, 2, 1. And hug your knees into your chest. Hands back behind your head. Yeah, you thought you were done. You're not. Cycle your legs out. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Only for 50. It's only 5 breaths. The key is your breath. 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. Let your legs go. It's a no-brainer to move your legs. Head presses heavy into your hands. You're already at 30. And last full inhalation. And exhale it out. Nice. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab your hamstrings, rock yourself, spinal rock 3 or 4 times to get yourself to your seat. Roll over onto your hands and your knees. Come all the way down onto the floor, prone position. You can have your hands be in any position out wherever it works, maybe even behind your head, and lift everything up. Take 1 minute locust pose. Fire up your back body. You feel the back body engaged, the extension, the contraction of your back body. Make sure your head is in a good place so your neck feels good. Lift your legs, lead your leg lift with your inner thighs. And again, your hands can be wherever it works. You can even put your hands down if you need to. Stay with your good breath. It's usually a minute. We'll try to do 6 breaths in 1 minute. That's a 5-second inhalation and a 5-second exhalation. Two more full breaths. You should feel your hamstrings, your whole back body ignite. As you slowly lower all the way back down, find yourself as very mindful movement and come into child's pose. Just reach your hands out and find a nice stretch, hips to heels. Knees together, knees apart, you figure out what works for you. Inhale, come back to your table pose. Take it onto your forearms, and we're gonna just do one forearm plank, continuing this for 1 minute, and then we'll turn it over to Kim. Root your forearms down, hug them in. Pull your belly and your ribs, and if your butt's up, you probably need to move your shoulders more forward. Engage your quads. It's isometric no matter how you look at it. And probably the best thing to do is completely focus on your breath, because that will push you through. When you want to come out, bring your focus back to your breath. If you need to modify, easily you can drop to your knees. We're already 30 seconds in. You can do a little rock forward and back, whatever works for you. I've been doing in this quarantine so far, I've been trying to do a 3-minute plank a day. And I've made most days. Something you can incorporate. Such a good, strong engagement to do. Last breath. I'm gonna come take you back to your knees, and Kim can take over here, and everybody will start in child's pose.
From child's pose, just go and walk hands over to the right side and push hips over to the left side. Walk hands over to the left side, pushing your hips over to the right side. And coming back to center, come up onto your hands and your knees into your tabletop. And let's move through a few cycles of your cat-cow. So as you inhale, push the tailbone up and look up. Exhale, really tuck your tailbone. Really focus on getting into each part of your vertebrae as you take your spine into flexion. And inhale, stretch the spine up to take it into extension. Look up, push the tailbone up, and exhale, tuck your tailbone, work your way up your spine into your full flexion. And just about 3 more breaths. And then come into your neutral spine. Now as you exhale, you're going to go ahead and push hips over to the right side as you're sitting back in child's pose. So sit back in child's pose, but sit to your right heel. And then come on back up onto your hands and your knees. And then push hips over to the left side. And come on up. So do that about 2 more times to each side. And then coming back onto your hands and your knees into your tabletop. Go ahead and tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, make your knees hover, hold here. So brace your core. Tighten up your thighs, tighten up your glutes. Don't move your hands or your feet, but drag them in towards each other. Extend the right leg straight back. Squeeze your buns. Keep your left knee hovering. Take your left arm straight ahead. Bird dogs. Just your right hand and left toes on the mat. Bring everything back to your hands and your toes. Keep your knees hovering. Extend the left leg straight back. Squeeze your glutes. Keep the lower belly pulled in and up. Keep your ribs, lower ribs pulling down towards your hips. Take your right arm straight ahead. Just think about, the more you can engage, the steadier you'll be. Bring it back 1 more time. Right leg, left arm. Bring it back, left leg, right arm. Bring everything back still, knees are hovering. So knees are bent. Now lift your hips up, keep your knees bent, push back into your downward dog with your knees bent. So push hips way back. Push your sitting bones back and up. So really kind of anterior tilt your pelvis. Now as you exhale, you're going to come forward. As you come forward, bring the right knee to your right tricep. Push it back, keep your knees bent. Left knee to your left tricep. Push it back, keep your knees bent, sitting back like you're trying to sit back to your heels. And again, right knee to your right tricep. Push it back, left knee to your left tricep. Push it back to 3 more times each side. One more time each side. And now lift it right up into your downward facing dog. Walk it out here. Keep your hands flat, fingers are spread apart. Go right into your dolphin. So bring your elbows down to the mat. If you can bring the elbows down at the same time, do that. Push your chest towards your thighs. Now press your hands in. Lift your elbows up at the same time, right back into your down dog. Come back into dolphin. Elbows down at the same time. Lift them right back up into your dog. Into your dolphin, dog, dolphin, dog. Just do about, I don't know, just a few more. What? Just a few more. And do 5 more. You guys feel it?
Oh, yeah.
And next time you're down dog, hold it. So now lift your heels up and roll your spine forward into plank. So really round your spine, create a nice little wave in your spine. And then push it back into your downward facing dog. Same way, reverse it. So create a nice little wave forward into your plank. Wave it back to downward facing dog. One more time, wave it into plank. And downward facing dog. Gaze between your thumbs. Take teeny tiny steps. Try not to bend your knees. Walk your feet up to your hands. Once you come up, keep your feet hip distance apart and slide your hands under your feet. So give your hands a little massage with your feet. Give your wrists a little stretch. Shake your head out. Come off of your hands. All right. Interlace your fingers at your lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach your knuckles up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Shake your head out. And release your grip. Let the arms just hang heavy. Bend your knees, and then one single vertebrae at a time. Roll it up. Stack it. Take your time. Then once you come up, roll your shoulders back, palms facing forward. Lift all your toes up. Spread them apart. Just like Julie said, keep your toes activated. Spread them apart. When you set them back down, try to keep those toes separated still. Lift your kneecaps up. Keep your lower belly, lower back just gently pulled in towards each other. So you're not crunching, you're not bracing. Just keeping it active. Roll your shoulders back so external rotate your shoulders. The palms together in front of your heart. Set your intention. Remember, come back to your intention. Breathe in. Breathe out and let it go. And inhale, sweep your arms up with the 3 half sun salutation. Lift up. And exhale, push hips way back and fold forward. Nice, beautiful swan dive. Inhale, lift up just halfway. So lengthen your spine. Keep the shoulders active. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees. As you inhale, rise all the way up. Arms are reaching up. Palms together. Connect. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, set your hands down, step it back into your full plank. Tighten up every single muscle, you guys. Tighten up your thighs, tighten up your glutes. Make it active. Push your hands through the floor. Inhale here. As you exhale, push way forward, lower down halfway into your chaturanga. Hold it. Push it up into your full plank. Push back downward facing dog. Inhale, come into your full plank. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. Push it up in full plank, downward facing. And one more time. Inhale, come into your full plank, knees down optional. Lower chaturanga, hold. Push it up plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, walk, step, or lift your feet up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Julie, go ahead.
All right, inhale, scoop your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your in-breath, flat spine. Plant your hands, step one leg back. High plank. Low, cobra, upper dog. Find your first back bend. Downward facing dog. Right leg up on your inhale. Draw your right knee to your right tri, scoop your belly around your back. Inhale, lift your leg back. Exhale. See if you can get your knee to touch your tri. Lift your right leg back. Prep for Ekapada. Your right knee, right tri. Bring your knee into your nose, scoop. Step your right foot forward. Separate your feet hip width apart. Stack your right knee right above your ankles, shin vertical as you reach your arms for your crescent lunge. Pull your shoulders down your back. Knit your ribs in as you pull your shoulders down your back. And find your right knee bend deeper as your left thigh lifts. Imagine you're trying to hug your 2 feet toward each other and feel the power that you bring to your legs. Stay with your breath. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, pull your shoulders deep into your spine, pivot onto the sole of your left foot. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, humble warrior as you bow and let your head and neck release. Right shoulder push against your inner right leg and find resistance to get a deeper stretch and a bigger hip opener. Feel your inner thigh ignite. Feel your shoulders start to open up. Keep the hug of your feet into your mat as you, one more breath, and then on your exhale, take your hands to the mat. Slide your left foot in. Right hand grabs left foot for a quad stretch. So we're gonna take this and look at it as a one leg's in standing split, the other leg is in dancer. Crown of the head reaches towards the top of your foot. Spread all 5 left toes. Feel the energy of your hand against foot, foot against hand of your left leg to get the quad to open up, and then the stretch into the back of your right thigh. Hamstring. Slowly release your hand and take your left foot to the mat and raise your arms all the way up. Find the left foot again with your right hand for reverse dancer. Same energy as you push your foot into your hand. Right foot stays rooted and strong. Breathe. And as you slowly release your right hand off your foot and take your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. It's normal to feel a little wobbly here. Root through the inner edge of your right foot. Left arm can come back behind you. Palm faces the wall. Some of you will have the ability to straighten your left leg as you get another stretch into the back of your left hamstring. If you come out, let's try it again. If it's not working, keep your hand on your other thigh. Take a giant step back with your left foot and find your warrior 2. Right foot, 12 o'clock, heel to heel alignment. Open up your arms, pull your shoulders into your back. Find the energy of your legs again as you hug. Sink lower into your right hip. Palms open up. Reverse your warrior. Left hand grazes left thigh. Right arm up and over your ear. Pull your right shoulder into your back. Gaze wherever it feels good on your neck. You might even feel a couple cracks going on as you start to feel your body making the little shifts. Inhale, come back to your warrior 2. Cartwheel your left arm up and over, pivot off of your left heel, open up your right arm for dragon twist. Drop your left knee for 5, and just get a feel of a dynamic stretch into your quads. Left quad, feel the power of your right leg to support. Good, hold your pose for one more breath, and then set your left hand onto the mat, roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, and find side plank. Side plank, lots of variations, find what you like. You can come into a wild thing, you come into flip dog. 3 breaths, play. Some of you will grab your right toe, extend your right leg up, stack your right shoulder on top of your left, lift your left ear up. Come back to side plank if you were in flip the dog or wild thing. Bring your right knee back to center. Set your right foot onto the mat. Crescent lunge takes you up. Bring your hands back to the mat. Float your left leg up for your standing split. Variation, right hand behind calf. Reach the top of your head towards your foot. Good opportunity for your handstands. Play a little bit, tap your right foot like we did in our core work. Otherwise, hold the standing split. Both hands come back to the mat, left foot back to your right foot. Press strong into your legs, soften your knees, and come all the way up to stand, reach your arms up. Bring your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. Soften your knees. Cross your right leg over your left thigh for eagle legs. Squeeze your forearms, squeeze your thighs, lift your elbows, hands away from your face. Use your right foot as a kickstand if needed. Inhale, lengthen your spine. You can separate your arms if you need to. Exhale, twist over to the right as you find eagle twist. You can stay here. You can take your hands to your heart. Great opportunity for side crow. Release your hands. Come on and off of your heels. Bring your left arm on your right tri. Right hand onto the ground and find your side crow. You're already halfway there with a two legs becoming one leg. You can easily open up Dakapada if that's in your practice. You can also easily stay in your twist, even if you're down here. Take another breath, squeeze it out. Every inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands or take your hands back to the mat. Push through your right foot and move your left foot next to your right foot for your standing forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, move through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Left leg up on your inhale. Left knee, left dry. Inhale up. Exhale, knee in. Inhale up. Hug your core, everybody. Feel the power of your core. Knee into your chest, step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge. First time this side, take your arms up. Shoulders down your back. Pull your belly and your ribs in. Cactus your arms if it feels good. Open up your heart. Feel your heart expand. Take your hands behind your back. Pivot onto the sole of your right foot. Shoulders back, heart up. Humble warrior takes you forward. Left arm inside your left leg, crown of the head. Let your head go. Feel how amazing that feels in your neck. Keep your legs strong and firm. Feet root. Bring your hands back to the floor. Slide your right foot in. Catch your left hand onto your right foot for your standing split dancer. Feel more power, hand and foot. And push the inner edge of your left foot into the mat to get more stretch into the back of your left hamstring. Hug your outer left hip into the midline. Both hands back to the mat, right foot back to the mat. Reach your arms up. Finding your foot again, left hand onto right foot as you find your reverse dancer. Again, foot in a hand, hand in a foot. Feel your stretch. Feel the power of your standing leg. Bring your right knee up. Take your left hand onto the outer right knee for your dancing Shiva. Open up your arm. Challenge your dristi, or challenge your balance by changing your dristi. Some of you will grab your foot. Breathe. Everybody wobbles. It's fine. You got it. Giant step back with your right foot. Open up your arms, warrior two. Shoulders into your back, look over your left second finger. Sink low, my friends. Warriors are strong. Your heels should be wider than your baby toe of your back foot. Lower, stack shoulders over hips. Hips forward. So if you feel your hip turn, your back hip turn, you need to hug your legs in more. Open up your palms, reverse your warrior. Another big breath, breathe into your left side body. Gaze wherever it feels good on your neck. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Use your legs and your core. Cartwheel your right arm up and over. Pivot off your right heel for your dragon twist. Hug your legs, they're hip width apart, your feet, and drop your back knee for 5, for 4. Little dynamic stretch of your quad. Pause. Right hand stays on the mat, roll to the outer edge of your right foot, find side plank. Modify it as needed. You might need to drop your shin. You might need to drop your forearm. Some of you will go to wild thing. Some of you go to flip dog. Find what you like. Play. If you grabbed your big toe on the first round, grab it on the second round. One side's always going to be easier. As you release wherever you are, come back to side plank. Bring your left knee into your chest, step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge takes you up. Take your hands to the mat, float your right leg up, standing split. Point your toes, flex your toes, let your right inner thigh lead the way. Crown of the head reaches towards the top of your foot. If you try to handstand on the previous side, try it again. You can always go to a wall at your house to find that if you're tempted, and I know a lot of you are. Bring your right foot back to the mat, hands to the mat. Take your arms all the way up, reach up. Left arm underneath right, heel arms. Soften your knees, left thigh over right thigh, squeeze your thighs. Forearms squeeze, elbows lift, hands away, sit low. Pull your belly and your ribs in, tall spine. Keep your left foot on the ground if you need to as a kickstand, or you can hook your left foot behind your right calf. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, find your twist. You can stay here. You can bring your hands at your heart. Keep your eagle legs. You can come into just a chair twist if you'd like. If you did side crow on the other side, check it out on this side. With your thighs crossed, it's easier. It's how a lot of people get into their first side crow. Lean forward, heart forward, open it up. You might even find the ekapada. It doesn't matter if you do or not. Play, practice, one day it'll happen. Take another breath wherever you are. And as you slowly, if you're in side crow, come out. If you're in eagle, we're going to take both hands to the mat and then slowly stand tall. Come back to your forward fold. Press through your feet and raise your arms all the way up. Palms together to your heart center. Kim, take over.
Woo. Inhale, reach arms up, bend your knees right into your chair. Sit low, get your knees back. Bring your arms into cactus arms, so squeeze your shoulder blades together. Really engage in your upper back. Your lower belly pulled in. Lift your heels way up, so come way up onto your toes. Set your heels down. Lift them right back up. Set your heels down. Lift your heels up. Down, just two more. Up. Down, one more time. Lift them up. See if you can keep those heels lifted up as you fold forward. Super nice and slow. Fold. Inhale, lift up just halfway. Exhale, set your hands down. Step up, float it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right leg back and stretch back. Kick the leg up even higher. Exhale, pull your knee into your chest. As you come to the hollowed out plank, get the knee way up. Bring the knee to your right tricep, knee to your left tricep. Pull it up to your chest. Step your foot up right inside your right hand. I'm going to go for a little hip stretch. Turn all the toes over to the right side. And so you may need to slide the right foot further down, like so it's closer towards in front of your left knee. So you just got to find that position that works for you, where you feel the nice hip stretch. Lower your left hip down as much as you can and reach, grabbing for it like you're trying to grab onto your left foot. As you inhale, lift your hips up and stretch the right arm up by your right knee with the palm facing down. Push your right hip up. And again, lower down. Lift it up. Lower down. Lift it up. Lower down. Lift it up. One more time, lower down. Hold this stretch. So you're trying to like sit as straight up as you can. Keep your chest lifted, so no collapsing. And lift it up, push it up. Set the right hand down, walk hands all the way over to the left side of your mat, so long side of your mat. Okay. Feet are parallel with each other. Inhale, lift up your chest, lengthen your spine. So bend your knees a little bit at first, tighten up your quadriceps, and then straighten out your legs. Then fold. Crown your head down to the mat. Inhale, lift up just halfway. You're gonna bend the right knee, but push-ups way back. So keep your feet parallel. And bend your right knee, push-ups way back. Really anterior tilt your pelvis. So stick your footy weight back and push it up. Stick it up. So getting deep into your groin and inner thigh, adductor stretch. And then take it right over to the other side. Again, to the right. And to the left. One more time, to the right. And to the left. And coming to center. Inhale, lift up just halfway. Hands on your hips and rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers at your lower back. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, lift your kneecaps up, and fold. Crown your head down. Those of you that want to practice your headstand or forearm stand or maybe even an arm balance, feel free to go for that. Those of you that would rather stay here, just try to enjoy this hip stretch, spine stretch, lower back stretch. It's a great all over body stretch. Those of you that are going to headstands, just do it nice and cautiously. Don't kick up into your headstand. Slowly bring your feet back down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands on your hips. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Rise all the way up. You're going to turn your right toes out to the right. Take your arms out wide. Press down through the right foot. Reach, so front of the right foot. Reach out for triangle. Right hand down by your right ankle. Left arm reaching up. Lean your upper chest back. From here, going right to your half moon. So gaze down in front of your right foot. Bend the right knee and walk your right hand forward and float your left leg up. Bend your left knee, grab for your left foot with your left hand. Kick the foot out. If you fall, go right back in. Release your foot. Bend the right knee, come all the way into your warrior two. Exhale, hands down to the front of your mat. Bring your left knee down and straighten out the front leg. So going for your hamstring stretch. So everyone, go ahead and bring both hands, come on up and bring both hands to your right thigh. Okay. With that, really anterior tilt your pelvis. So push your sitting bones back, lifting it up towards the ceiling. Right away, that should get you to deeper into the hamstring stretch. So hands can rest lightly on your thigh, or if you have to bring it down to the mat, do that. One more breath here. And bend the knee. Take your arms up. So you're not really going for that big hip flexion stretch yet. You're going to take the right hand inside the right knee. Take your left arm up. Lengthen and stretch over to the right side. Bring your left shoulder back a little bit so it's a little bit of a twist. You should feel big, nice little hip flexion stretch. Keep your back toes tucked under. Squeeze your left glute. Lift your chest. And release. Bend the left knee, grab for your left foot. If you can't grab the foot with your left hand, just bring both hands to your right thigh and shift your hips forward. But squeeze your left glute. If you have a foot, grab it, push your hips to your foot, and then bring everything forward together. And release it, set your hands down. Lift the left knee up, slide the left foot a little bit for Parsvakonasana. Inhale, lift your upper chest, lengthen your spine. Pull your right hip back. Keep your left hand down and twist to your right. Step the right hand down to the mat. Step the right foot back into your full plank. Lower into your chaturanga. Inhale into your upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, kick your left leg back. Exhale, knee into your chest. Knee to your left arm. Knee to your right arm. Knee up to your chest. Step the foot up right inside your hand. All right, and then you're going to turn all the toes over to the left side. All right, so going for the hip stretch. So you're on the pinkiest edges of your foot. Lower your right hip. You got to sit up straight. And then push your hips up. Take your left arm up by your left ear, palm facing down. And again, lower. And lift. Lower. Lift. Couple more times. Next time you lower it, hold it. And lift it up. Set your left hand down, walk hands all the way up to the right side of your mat, so facing alongside. Turn the toes out this time and sit from side to side. Keep the heel down. So that this may mean that, if you can't get the heel down, the right heel down, you may need to just stay like way up here. That's okay. And then glide over to the other side. Side to side. So for those of you that, their hips are pretty open, let's work on the strengthening aspect of it. So if you're down here, sit all the way down to the mat. Lower the knee in front of you. All right. Bring the knee up. Come back up. Glide over to the other side. Sit down. Lower the knees, so rotation and those hips up. Lift your hips. Try on either side again. So if you're gonna try it, feel free to set that hand down so you can kind of get the feel of it. Okay. And then you're gonna go ahead and come to center, parallel your feet. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Go ahead for your headstands or whatever you're wanting to practice for tonight. Slowly bring your feet back down. Lift them halfway, hands on your hips and rise all the way up. Turn your left toes out to your left. Take your arms out wide, reach out to the left for triangle. So make sure you're doing the opposite side from what you did before. Gaze down in front of your left foot for half moon Ardha Chandrasana. So bend your left knee. Walk your left hand forward, lift your right leg up. Stay there or bend the right knee, grabbing for your right foot. Kick the foot out. Spread your toes apart. Let go of your foot if you have it. Step it all the way back into your warrior two. Exhale, hands down to your left foot. Set the right knee down and pull your hips back to straighten out your left leg. Now again, just come on up. Okay. Keep your back toes tucked under, that'll help you be a little more stable. But again, anterior tilt your pelvis. Just from here, you should be feeling a good hamstring stretch. So again, the hands can rest on your thigh, very lightly on your thigh. So make sure you're not putting any pressure on the back of your knee. Keep holding your left hip back and keep lengthening your lower back, flattening it out. And bend the knee. All right. You're going to go ahead and grab onto your right foot. All right. If you can't grab that foot, just keep both hands there. You guys squeeze your right glute. So, you know, I like to tuck my back toes under, squeeze the right glute, push the left knee forward. If you're grabbing the foot, keep the foot close to your hip. Keep squeezing your right glute, square your shoulders. And release the foot. If you have the foot, take both arms up. Bring your left hand to the inside of the knee. You know, lengthen up and stretch over to the left, and a little bit of rotation, so bring the right shoulder back. And release. Set your hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back into your full plank. Or actually, sorry, lift the right knee up, slide it about a foot or so, Parsvatanasana. You know, lengthen your spine. And exhale, twist. Take your left arm up. So in this, you want to work on keeping the hips, your sacrum level. You got to keep pulling your left hip back and keep lifting the right hip upward towards the ceiling. And set the left hand down, step the left foot back into your full plank, lower into your chaturanga, inhale into your upward facing dog, exhale downward facing dog, and then Julie will take you down through the cool down.
Look between your hands. Take a giant hop or walk your feet to your hands. Lift your heels and come all the way down to your seat. Palms come, face each other, roll your shoulders into your spine, and one vertebrae at a time comes all the way down to the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Take your hands around your right shin and pull. Bring your knee as close as you can in towards your right armpit. Make sure your left foot is straight off of your left hip. Flex your left toes. Right hand comes on the inner edge of your right foot for your half happy baby. Left hand can stay on the left hip to keep it grounded. The more flexible will extend your right leg out. Otherwise, feel free to stay here. Most important, that left hip needs to stay grounded and rooted, and it's another great external rotation or external hip opener. Put resistance in hand and foot so you can actually feel the muscles engaged in your right leg, and flex your left toes to get the muscles to stay engaged in your left. So very active still. The breath is still strong, consistent. As you release your right hand, take your left hand onto your right thigh, open up your right arm. The most important part of the twist is to make it feel good. So if it pulls or gets any pain in your back, you need to not take your leg over so far. The left leg can go wherever you'd like. Everybody has a favorite way to twist. You twist your legs to the left and you keep your right shoulder grounded. Take 3 really good deep breaths into your twist. Breathe into your spiral. Find your belly, expand on the inhale, exhale, squeeze it out. You slowly use your core. Always, when you come out of a twist, come back to center. Right ankle crosses on top of left quad. Find any way you like to do thread the needle. I'm going to give you a good version of one of my favorite. Left hand's going to come onto my right foot. Right hand's going to come on my outer right foot. Right hand on my outer left foot. And then I'm going to hug. This pose is nothing if you drop your heels. The intention is to keep your shins more parallel and push and pull hands against feet. If you still need more, you can give a little rock over to the left to get more stretch. Some of you might just hang out right here and be happy grabbing your hamstring or your shin. As you slowly, wherever you are, mindfully come out. If you're in this pose that I'm in, set your heels closer towards downward and then take your feet flat to the mat. Press your feet into the mat, 2 piece fingers touches your heels, and press your hands into the mat for your bridge pose. Root your hands down, lift your hips up. Move your shoulders underneath your spine, lift your chin so your heart has somewhere to go. Root your forearms, root your feet, and find the root to rise in your bridge pose. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. So for those of you that want to practice Urdhva Dhanurasana, your full wheel pose, here's your opportunity. Everybody else can hang out in bridge. Be active and stay active in your bridge pose. The whole front body is opening as your back body contracts. If you're in the full wheel, maybe take a right leg up. You can actually do that in the bridge as well. Set your right foot down, maybe your left leg up. Be playful. Know that it's coming close to the end. Be mindful, stay with your breath. And if you're in the full wheel, tilt your chin to your chest and 1 vertebra at a time. Everybody in bridge, release your hands if you were able to grab them and slowly lower your back down to the mat. Set your right leg out straight, bring your left knee in and grab your shin as you pull your knee in. Flex your left toes, flex your right toes, look down at your right foot. It's a good way to know that your body is in still good alignment. Your right foot's not way out to the side. And take a couple breaths here. Wind relieving pose is really good for your lower internal organs. As you take your left hand on the inner edge of the foot, it's just easier to grab that way and take your left quad towards the ground. Right hand to secure your right hip down. Both shoulders should be on the ground. Push them into the mat. You might have to lighten up on the stretch. That's fine. Some of you will open up your leg for the more flexy. You can actually, I didn't say it on the other side, but some of you are there. You can put your foot behind your head. You almost. All right, and then slowly bring your left leg back up. Cross your left ankle on top of your right quad. We're going to the thread the needle. Take your right hand under your ball of your left foot, your left hand on the outer edge of your right foot, and push and pull. The push and the pull is key here. If you just held it and let yourself drop, you wouldn't feel it. So you have to be aware and active, even in these more static poses. Push and pull, spread your toes. Remember, the other option is to grab your hamstring, grab your shin. Nice, and then slowly release. You're gonna take your left leg up and all the way over towards the right now for your twist. The left shoulder stays grounded, right hand onto your left thigh. You might need to bend your knee, you might wanna grab your foot, you might put your foot on the ground. Find what works. This is the best part about your practice, is that you find what works in your body. It could look completely different than anyone else, and you're not seeing them anyway, so just do something that feels good for you. Breathe in, fill up your belly, take your gaze over your left shoulder for your drishti. And as you slowly engage your core to come out of your twist, find full happy baby here. So grab the inner edges of your feet again. A lot of you aren't able to grab your feet because your shoulders will be lifted up. So your option is to grab your outer hamstring. Some of you will grab put your elbows inside your inner knees. Tailbone can root. That's going to give your spine some length. Tailbone can lift. You can give yourself a little rock. Maybe there's another inversion that you want to do. So here's 1 minute for you to pick an inversion of your choice. So if you want to work your handstand on the wall, forearm on the wall, shoulders stand, pick your pleasure. I'm going to time you 1 minute. Practice something that you're not used to or that you're not really good at. And this is the best time to do that because your body's all warmed up. But always be mindful and careful as far as not stepping beyond your edge. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. And as you slowly, mindfully come out of your inversion, whatever inversion you picked, and make sure you counter the inversion. So the headstand would be a little pull on your head, the shoulder stand would be fish pose. Find your counter, and Kim is going to take you through your Shavasana.
Good. Go ahead and extend your legs out. Feel free to bring the soles of your feet together, open the knees out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. Or maybe even just keeping your feet flat on the mat and bending your knees, let the knees rest against each other if that feels better for your back. If you have to be near a wall, maybe you want to do the legs up against the wall or even on a couch. Get into your position where you'll be able to completely surrender, letting go. With your eyes closed, or just keeping them soft if you're not comfortable with your eyes being closed. Notice the inhales and your exhales. Notice the thoughts that are running through your head. And know that it's all okay. With every exhale, so if you can just feel your whole entire body just letting go. Trust yourself to surrender. The more you can surrender, the more awareness will come to you. Soften your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaws so that your teeth separate and your tongue falls away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your hands. Relax your fingers. And just feel your belly rising and falling, just riding the wave of your breath. Relax your thighs. Relax your calves. Relax your feet. Relax your toes. Completely letting go. And slowly start to awaken your body. Give your fingers and toes a little wiggle. Rotate your wrists, rotate your ankles. Take your arms overhead and just give yourself the full body stretch, awakening your whole entire body up again. And roll into one side into your fetal position. Cradle your head and neck with your bottom arm and hug your knees into your chest. And this right here, what you're feeling in your heart, in your soul. This is who you are. And just notice how good that feels. Slowly come all the way up to sitting. Sit tall. Keep your eyes closed or just gently gazing downward. Bring our palms together in front of our hearts with gratitude. Gratitude for having this experience of movement, having this experience of connection, and having this experience of being alive in our bodies, in our souls. Breathe in. And breathe it out. And bow our heads. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.